Welcome everyone, Marcelo is my name and I am the niche fragrance collector and I am a huge fanboy of Nasomatto. I just finished doing a 10 episode series covering each one individually. I feel like these fragrances are ultra unique, very artistic, that just to bundle them up and say, you know, what they are, well, I just wanted to do more than that. Having said that though, I am bundling them up now and giving you my top 5. What I thought, I mean, at the end of all this, if you want to get a quick snapshot as to what are my top 5 favorite fragrances in this range, then I wanted to share that with you. Now, I didn't want to be biased, so I didn't want to go, I like this one just because. So I actually applied a bit of a formula. I did a reach and use. Meaning that, how often, so when I say reach, what do I mean? That's for spontaneity. So if I'm running out of the house or I'm gonna go for a bike ride, I actually wear fragrances for a bike ride, believe it or not. If I'm gonna go for a bike ride, what am I reaching for in that spontaneous moment to go, you know what, I feel like wearing this one right now. And then the second part was use, and use is more by design. So I know that that day, I'll think to myself, I really wanna wear this fragrance because it does this for me or makes me feel in this particular way. So with that reach and use sort of equation, I applied it to these guys and I've created a top 5. If in my haste, as I'm sharing this with you, I forget to mention longevity, this symbol here, it gives you an idea of how long this fragrance lasts on me. Then when it comes to its sillage, this symbol here represents that it's a body fragrance. And this one here represents that it's moderate. Now, before I commence my top 5, and I'm gonna do it from 5 all the way to 1, I do wanna give an honorary mention to Black Afghano. It didn't make it in that top 5. It was all, like I said, it was scientific, you know? You can't argue with the science. But Black Afghano, I do wanna put a mention. It just sort of missed out. Awesome fragrance, love using it. It is the company's best seller. Most people are familiar with Black Afghano. So yeah, so it didn't quite make it in the top 5, but know that I do love it. I do love using, mind you, I love using all of it. But anyway, let's commence. In 5th position, it's Absinth. I actually love wearing this fragrance. Yeah. So I have a number of wonderful aromatic fragrances in my collection, but nothing as complex as this one here. For me, it's woody aromatic, so that's where it sort of sits. It starts off very green, a slight bitter note on the opening, but then as it, mind you, even on card, I'm getting like a caramel kind of vibe out of it. For me, this is a day fragrance. I use it at the office, or if I'm gonna be active. If I know I'm gonna have, if I'm gonna go out and about, bike riding, whatever it may be, I love wearing this because as it mixes with my sweat or as my own body heat begins to pop, this fragrance, it blooms. It just, it blossoms on my skin so wonderfully. I can smell the fragrance. When it comes to its sillage, I do get nice sillage out of this particular fragrance. 5th position. In 4th position, Silver Musk. I always say that this one here, this is what I would love to smell like. You know, if I could say that my body could emanate some kind of natural smell, mind you, it does emanate some kind of natural smell, but it probably falls in the sassy compartment. I would like it to emanate this. This is a subtle, this is a wonderful body fragrance. It's great for the office, great as an everyday. This is me in a bottle. And I've said this in the video that I created, that Silver Musk is you in a bottle. It actually works with your own body chemistry. I've actually smelled it on a few people. It smells slightly different. It really works with your own musk, your own body musk. I find that the longevity on this particular fragrance is spectacular. I want to point out that this is comfortably a gender neutral fragrance. It will blend in with you. I need to point out that Absinthe, yes, where it is gender neutral, for me, it almost leans a little bit more on the masculine side. So we're down to the final 3. In 3rd position is, I would say, the ultimate masculine fragrance. I am a huge fan. I'd love to put, see, I almost feel like the podium should be, notice I put 2 sprays. I feel like the podium should be, all 3 should be in this podium. So it was very close when it comes to the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st position. I'm constantly wearing this one here. So this is definitely male leaning. It's woody, it's leathery, it has an oud undertone on skin. This is the one that I love wearing when, if I need a burst of confidence in the day, if I need a burst of determination, this is the one that is like the coach in the corner. This brings a level of confidence. This boosts my ego a little bit more. The sillage on this is fantastic. I also find that if I'm wearing it and I break out in a bit of a nervous sweat, it just sort of comes out into the room. I'm telling you, this is the ace up your sleeve. This is the one that gives you that burst of, you know, soy hombre, soy macho. You know, it's that sort of feeling to it. In number 2 is Baraonda. Now, Baraonda is, for me, the Nasomatto as a whole, complex. It's not something you would blind buy. I definitely don't recommend you blind buy any of these, except Baraonda. There are some people who just love living dangerously, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna blind buy this. So if you're gonna do a blind buy, Baraonda is the one that you would start with. I still recommend that you test on skin. I find that all of these evolve differently on every individual, but there's something about Baraonda that you just fall in love. This is instant love. Opens up with a wonderful whiskey accord, or it's a honeyed whiskey. To my nose, I'm getting a little bit of honey coming through. On the dry down, I'm getting florals, in particular a rose, but down the very bottom of the base, I'm getting some woody oud, but not that sort of punchy oud. This is a complicated, wonderfully evolving fragrance. I find that also, no matter who I spray, they get drawn into the beauty of this fragrance. So how do I wear this? Everywhere, every day. So office fragrance, 100%. So it is a boozy fragrance, so you think it's more of a going out. I wear this as an office fragrance. It just makes, there's a sense of calm. It's a beautiful, sweet, it's a sexy, it's just everything. This fragrance does it all. If you're going on a first date, this is your secret weapon. This is the one where whoever you're dating or going out with, they're gonna be like, my gosh, this guy, this lady is just beautiful, spectacular. I've talked about that fragrance is our 5th element, and by wearing Baraonda as an every person unisex fragrance, an easy wear, super beautiful, very sexy. In number 1 position, those who have watched my videos will probably know that it's a no-brainer. I love Pardon. This was probably my very first one that I bought in the range. Actually, I think I bought a few together, but this is the one that I'm like, whoa, my gosh, what is this? This is my secret wear. It is masculine leaning, but where Duro is a very strong, masculine, soy hombre kind of fragrance, Pardon is more of a subtle, I mentioned in my video, so again, have a look at the video that I created on this. This fragrance is all about seduction. Starts off very soft, bit of florals, some spices, you're getting a little bit of woods coming through, but it's on the dry down. Give it 2 or 3 hours and you are in love. And you are making all those around you fall in love with you. So if Baraonda is your first date fragrance, then Pardon is your second date fragrance, which will then, well, if you want to take this any further, then Pardon is the one that seals the deal. I find it as a man, this is sexy. I also have a lot of, I think the other thing too, I have a lot of olfactory memories. When I smell this, I am taken to so many different times and places where I've worn this, and I guess the fun that I had on these particular days, outings. So here's a question. Did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy the one-on-one approach with this range? I am Alessandro Gualtieri Fan Boy. He has another awesome range called Orto Parisi. Should I do a one-on-one approach with the Orto Parisi range? I know that he's coming out with a new one now in the next couple of weeks. So do you think it's worthwhile for me to go into detail about each one of them? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. I would love you to subscribe. By you subscribing, it's a huge help. It gives me a great buzz to see the channel growing. Is there anything else that you would like to see? This is the first time I've done a top 5 sort of lineup. Is this something that you think could work more? I'd normally like to spend individual time on each of the fragrances and share, I guess, why I love them so much. Maybe this top 5 is another way to approach the work that I do on the channel. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah. Yeah.